What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to World According to Briggs and a video about fresh starts. Every day, people get to the point where they feel they need a fresh start. It could be they hate where they live, they can't find a job, the environment sucks, you made a video about your cousin's ex-wife, and you live in the same town, you lost your job, bad relationship, whatever the reason, a change of scenery can be just what the doctor ordered. As we come out of the pandemic, people are finding jobs they used to have gone away. This, of course, leads to people looking for new jobs in new cities and in new states. All 50 states get ranked every year in different categories: crime, school, health, affordability, environment, and opportunity. Today, we're looking at the best states for a fresh start. When you're looking for a fresh start, you almost always want to have affordability and opportunity. And that's what we're looking at today. States with jobs now and projected to have some in the future, and places that are relatively cheap. Some of the old dependable states that have been on this list for decades and decades have fallen off and have been replaced by some that, are doing things right and you might not expect them to be great places to live. All right, let's see what we found. Number 10, Nebraska. Yep, right in the middle of the country, you have Nebraska. Nebraska only has two legit cities that, they got a lot of small ones, but two really good sized ones, which are Lincoln and Omaha. But they still don't have a lot of people. As of the 2020 census, they only have 1,961,000 residents. So that's not a lot of people, especially considering they're the 16th largest state. They have jobs, they've got a low cost of living, and they also have the National Museum of Roller Skating. I'm not even joking. It's in Lincoln, Nebraska. Swing on by, they'd love to see you. They are ranked 11th in affordability and 19th in opportunity. That's out of all 50 states, so that's not bad, and they're at number 10. Number 9, Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin has a lot going for it these days. It's a beautiful state. The people are amazing. They've got one city that is, I guess, considered a bad city in some parts, which is Milwaukee, but almost the rest of that state is very low in crime. And really, Milwaukee's not bad. It's no Chicago or Detroit. It's just compared to the rest of Wisconsin, it's got some crime. Milwaukee is actually the home of Harley Davidson. Well, that's where it was founded. It was founded in Milwaukee in 1903. They have some other good cities in Wisconsin like Madison and Eau Claire. Green Bay's pretty good too. It's a little north, but it's still a decent town. I always tell people this is one of the best states to move to, especially if you have a family, because the people here are really good. Just the environment's kind of nice. It's a very family-orientated state. If you're looking for a fresh start, you could do a lot worse. Wisconsin in affordability is ranked 19th and opportunity 14th. Number 8, Virginia. Virginia has been getting more and more popular, I'd say the last decade or so. It is ranked 35th in size and 12th in population, so it's got a good amount of people. Right now it's sitting on 8,654,000. They gained a little over 600,000 since the 2010 census. I was actually a little surprised that Virginia didn't have a higher ranking on this list because a lot of people are moving there. They have good, high-paying jobs, and it's a decent place. Some of their cities are pretty expensive, and that probably messes up their average, but they have a lot of smaller towns all over this state that are very affordable. Virginia has the second oldest college in the United States. The College of William and Mary in Williamsburg was founded in 1693. It's still going. If you do decide to move to Virginia, keep in mind it is illegal to hunt wild animals on Sundays with the exception of raccoons, which may be hunted till 2 a.m. That is a weird fact. They are ranked 28th in affordability and 11 in opportunity. Like I said, they've got a lot of good jobs there. Number 7, Indiana. Indiana is one of the best states this country has to offer. That is, if you take Gary out of the equation, along with maybe a lot of Indianapolis. It'd be a great place to live. They have a few other major cities here. You got Gary, like I said, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, which is really nice. South Bend's got some issues, but it's a great place to live. The rest of the state is small towns and rural. It is a very rural state. They have one small town called Santa Claus, Indiana, and it receives hundreds of thousands of letters addressed to Santa Claus every single year, each of which is responded to individually. Yes, the town folk answer these letters. Indiana's a good-sized state. It's actually ranked 38th, and when it comes to population, they've got 6,785,000 residents, ranking them at 17th. In the last decade or so, Indiana has seen a fair amount of companies relocate to the state and bring jobs. This normally brings an influx of people, but it really hasn't happened that much. But it's just kind of strange that Indiana isn't as popular as it probably should be. Their affordability, they're ranked 6th, and their opportunity, 32nd. 32nd's not the best, but they're a very affordable place to live. Number 6, Ohio. Ohio is almost like the poster child for the Rust Belt. You've got cities like Cleveland, Cincinnati, Dayton, Toledo that aren't the best, but they're getting better. The one that's really not getting better is Dayton. Dayton it's just don't move there. If you are going to move to Ohio, look at the Columbus area. This is a really nice place to live, and it's got a lot of things going for it. Cleveland and Cincinnati are very affordable cities to live in. And as they get better, which they have been in the last, I'd say 5 or 6 years, it's starting to be a better place to live. They do have some really nice neighborhoods in both Cincinnati and Cleveland, and their nice neighborhoods are far more affordable than other states like, let's say, New York, Illinois, Texas, California, even Oregon, Washington. It's very inexpensive cities to live in, and they're getting better. So it might be prime for a good place to get a fresh start. The population of Ohio in the 2020 census is 11,799,000 residents, which they didn't gain that much. They gained about 2% from the 2010 census. Not a lot of people are moving there, so that helps keep the costs down on both cost of living and housing. Fun fact about the Buckeye State, Ohio's swallowtail flag is the only non-rectangular U.S. state flag. Thought that was kind of interesting. But they are ranked number 1 in affordability. The whole United States, they're number 1, and their opportunity is 37th, which is almost middle of the road. Number 5, Michigan. Once you get past Detroit and Flint, Michigan's a nice state. And even, like I've said in past videos, Detroit's kind of turned a corner a little bit. They've got a long way to go. I'm not saying that place is ready, move-in ready with fresh paint, anything like that. They've got a long way to go, but they are getting better. Their downtown is a perfect example of turning the corner. Go 2 miles out from downtown, it's a different story. Michigan, like Ohio, didn't gain a lot of people in the last census. In 2020, they've got just a little over 10 million residents. And actually, at the 2010 census, they're one of the only states that actually lost people. They lost 0.6%. So they don't have a lot of people moving in. That means prices are going to be down on cost of living and housing, which is always a treat. Michigan has a lot of amazing small towns that are affordable. So if you're one of those remote workers, this may be a great place for your fresh start. Fun fact about Michigan, it has about 150 lighthouses, more than any other state in the Union. You'd think it would be like Alaska, which just has so much coastline, is incredible, or California. But no, it's Michigan because of the Great Lakes and all that. They're ranked number 3 in affordability and 34th in opportunity. So if you could bring a job there, this is a good place to live. Number 4, Missouri. The Show Me State doesn't have the best cities, but it makes up for that shortcoming with really nice small towns and beautiful land. It's also the birthplace of my favorite president, Harry S. Truman. Who is your favorite president? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm always interested. Who will people say? Now, try not to say the last 1, 2, or 3. Go back. The ones in history. What are your favorite presidents? Let us know. Missouri has a little over 6 million residents, ranking them the 19th in population. This last census, they had their lowest population growth ever. They only grew by 2.8%, which isn't a big number. Missouri is a good-sized state with not a lot of people. They're actually ranked 21st in total area. And a friend once told me it depends on what part of the state you come from. It's either Missouri or Missouri. That looks like an I at the end of Missouri to me, but I could be wrong. Fun fact, Kansas City has the second most fountains in the world. Rome is the only other city that has more fountains than Kansas City. How weird is that? That's why Kansas City, one of their nicknames is City of Fountains. Missouri is a great state to call home if you want a low cost of living and low housing prices. Both are pretty cheap. Their actual affordability is ranked 5th in the nation, and their opportunity as in future growth, they're ranked 33rd. Number 3, New Hampshire. New Hampshire is known as the Granite State, and they got that really cool motto that says, live free or die. Live free or die, that's a little dramatic, don't you think? How about live free or have to watch the Kardashians? New Hampshire's not a big state, but they got a lot of things going on there, and that's why they grew by 4.6% in the last census. They right now have 1,377,000 residents, which for a state that's actually ranked 46th in total area, that's a lot of people. They only have 2 really legit good-sized cities, which is the capital of Concord and their largest city of Manchester. New Hampshire isn't the most affordable state on this list, but the opportunities in this state are incredible. They have jobs, They have beautiful land. They have decent people. And for as good and as beautiful as the land here, I think their property values are decent. I think they're a little up there, but they're decent for what you're getting. Fun fact about New Hampshire, they're the only state in the country that doesn't require adults to wear a seatbelt in their cars while traveling. That's a weird thing to be the last holdout on, you know? Don't move to New Hampshire if you like coastline. They actually have the shortest coastline in any of the coastal states, a length of 13 miles. That's it. Their affordability is 38. Like I said, they're not the cheapest on this list, but they're number one in opportunity. The future is bright for New Hampshire. Number 2, Minnesota. Over the last year or so, Minnesota's been getting a lot of bad press. A lot of bad press. And it's too bad because this is a beautiful state. Minnesota's only got one major metro area, which is the Minneapolis-St. Paul metro area, but they got some good smaller towns, cities, whatever you want to call them. St. Cloud, Duluth are pretty nice. The rest are pretty much small towns. I was in one of them just last summer, Detroit Lake, stopped at Jimmy John's, got a sandwich, watched a guy get caught by his girlfriend while he was at the Jimmy John's with another girl. That was interesting. It's never a good idea to date two people at the same time in a small town. That's like the second rule of dating right behind don't date her sister. Minnesota's never had a census where they didn't grow by at least 6%. This last one, they grew by 7.6%, which brought them up to 5,706,000 residents. Fun fact, Roseville, Minnesota is the home of the original Target store. Yeah, Target that we all know and love. The first one opened here in Roseville, Minnesota on May 1st, 1962. And now my wife wanders the aisles there on a daily basis, it seems like. Minnesota is ranked 23rd in affordability and 3rd in opportunity. All right, before we get to number 1, don't forget we have another channel called On This Day. There's a link down below. Go by, check it out, maybe subscribe. All right, on to number 1. And number 1, Iowa. Yes, everyone is moving to the center of the United States, it seems like. We've had a couple on this list that weren't in the Midwest or upper Midwest. Everyone is tired of the East Coast and West Coast. They're done. They're heading to the center of the country where it's more affordable to live. And since those people are moving there, jobs are moving there too. I honestly think, my opinion, this part of the country in 10, 15 years will be just like the New York, Los Angeles, Seattle, all that San Francisco area was 15 years ago. It's moving. The people are moving there, the jobs are going to be there, and you'll have some wealthier neighborhoods and bigger cities popping up here as the years go on. But Iowa, let's talk about Iowa. I always say Iowa is a pretty boring place, and actually a lot of people consider it very boring. That doesn't mean it's a bad state. A lot of people like a little boring in their life. They don't want excitement. Live in Chicago for a while, you'll dream of places like Iowa. Iowa grew by 4.7% in this last census, getting them up to 3,190,000 residents, which lands them in the 31st spot for population. And when it comes to total area, they're actually ranked 26th. Fun fact, Iowa is the only state in the entire country whose eastern and western borders are formed entirely by rivers. The Mississippi River on the east side and the Missouri River on the west side. Iowa is ranked 4th in affordability and 12th in opportunity. Iowa has a future, and if you're looking to change your future, I think that's probably your best option. It is a little slow, a little boring, but like I said, that may be your thing. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Thank you so much for watching our channel. Be nice to each other.